Welcome to my new series, an improper analysis, where I talk about all the shows that I was like half paying attention to. So my analysis most likely won't be proper. Today's show is World Ends Harem. We start the show by following a med student named Reitu Mizuharo, who contracts multiple sclerosis. There is no cure, but luckily the technology exists to put him in a cold sleep, so he does that. After 5 years, he's woken up because I'm pretty sure they've cured his disease. I don't remember them saying he got cured. I just know he doesn't suffer from the side effects during the show, so I assume he did. He got cured. What's not super great is that all of the world's men have died. You see, in that time while he was asleep, a virus called the MK virus, or man killer virus, wiped out 99.9% of all men, leaving like 3 guys, including Reitu, who've been woken up out of cold sleep to repopulate the world. Now, I don't remember it being explained why these 3 guys are immune. I think it has something to do with multiple sclerosis or neurological diseases. Putting that aside, though, there's probably a few things you're thinking. 1, how has society not completely collapsed? It kind of has. Every time you see the outside world in this show, it looks pretty desolate. However, it's not like total Mad Max out there. There is a world government that now controls everything. Another thing you're probably thinking is, all right, now you need to repopulate the earth with these few men and the vast amounts of women. You know, what would you do? You'd probably set up some sort of mass artificial insemination. Well, for whatever reason, that never works. They tried and tested it in labs all over the world. It's just not working. So the government is like, screw it. Literally. They have one of the guys start banging some chicks and the lady would actually get pregnant. Why does this work? Well, because it's a porno. That's right. This show is pretty much just sex scenes or people talking about the lore about why there needs to be sex scenes. Listen, there's a bunch of wacky BS that happens in the plot. I'm pretty much just giving you the bare minimum you need to know in order to understand what happens here. It's all just it's an elaborate setup for hentai, okay? Next, we're just going to talk about characters, and that'll pretty much be it because I don't want to dwell on this. I only really want to talk about 3 characters in this show, and they're the 3 guys that get woken up to repopulate the earth. We got Kyogi Hino. This is the first guy who gets woken up. And out of the 3 guys, he gets like the least amount of screen time, mostly because there just isn't a whole lot to explore with his character. You see, Hino understands the situation. He sees the world needs to be repopulated, and he goes about doing that. He enjoys it. He's not a big asshole about it. He feels really privileged, and he doesn't treat women poorly. He's excited to be a father to so many, which I'm not going to lie, is a little wholesome. Next, we have Reitu Mizuharo. I want to say he gets like 40% of the screen time, which is weird. We start with him as our main character. Then it feels like partway through the show, they just switch the character they're going to follow. He's a weird guy. Faced with the prospect of being one of the only men left on the planet, he's like, I don't want to have sex with anyone other than the love of my life, Arisa Tachibana. He also wants to cure the MK virus, even though I don't think he ever graduated med school. I don't think he understands that like all of the world's remaining population has probably been put towards curing that virus for the past 5 years, and that his time is probably better spent repopulating the earth because, you know, the gene pool of the future is looking pretty low. The last character is Sho Doi. This is the main character we switched to for like the middle, like 6 episodes of the show. He says he's like this high school kid. He used to get bullied all the time, and he's totally nerdy. This totally nerdy kind of guy. He's the most interesting character to watch, though. You get to see him turn into this terrible asshole who starts off really timid about having sex. But it gets to the point where he's like demanding women do the deed with him in public. It's probably the best part of the show is watching this character arc unfold, which is a sad thing to say because it's terrible. I really don't want to have to write or talk about this porno anymore, so I'm just going to wrap it up by saying I don't recommend the show. It was actually supposed to come out last season in the fall, but it was delayed to the winter, and you can tell why. The show really needed it. It has a lot of minor continuity errors, especially in the animation. Like in one shot, a character's face will be lit in bright light, and then it'll cut to a close-up of them, and it'll be a complete shadow. The show's just a big mess on a lot of levels. Don't watch it. That's about it. See ya.